Yesterday I reviewed the Dead Space 2 Necromorph. Obviously, the next step is Isaac. Hopefully this figure won't be as meh as the Necromorph was. Again, the box is very standard NECA fare. LED lights, mask and rig, illuminate and glow, over 20 points of articulation, plasma cutter accessory. Got a picture of Isaac there with his name, some blood. More of him there, some battery instruction. Another picture of Isaac. Then you got here, you can pause and read. And then you got another picture here. It looks like the other one that's reversed. And by that I mean the slasher had his back turned and Isaac was in front. I'm guessing that's to advertise the other figure. And then again, LED lights, same thing. So now I will just open him up and review him. So here is Isaac out of his packaging. And I have to say I am not disappointed with this figure in any way. He is top-notch. I have to say I'm not a fan of this suit in the game. I still prefer the original version. I think this one is just a bit too kind of anime looking, and I don't really think it fits in the Dead Space universe. The helmet looks very, very awesome. It looks pretty much exactly as it does in the game. Yeah, I mean, it just looks really great. Just like most everything NECA does, it is very, very detailed. Really, really like the look of the mask, even if I don't like it in the game. I think it looks much better from the side than it does in the front. The body continues the trend of just really, really great detail, really great look. So here you have the part of his rig that you're not going to be seeing the most of in the game. He has this little thing on his chest. I think that's for the like his objectives and stuff like that. His chest piece is pretty much the most highly detailed part of his front. There is nothing detailed on the inside of that, however. His arms look very cool. They have some blood spatter on it, which is good that this version, I mean, not this version, that the Dead Space 2 Isaac figures, there's not a variant that's bloody, because I found that kind of stupid in the first figure. He's got some more blood on his hand. I think that the blood on this figure is a lot better than on the first figure, because you couldn't really see the blood, and it was just kind of pointless. The blood is on his other shoulder, and then it's on his arm right there, just a little bit, and not much else on that hand. His back is probably a little bit more detailed than his front, because there's a lot more going on. He has his rig here, the health, which I'll get into later with the light up feature. He's got his stasis there. It is blue, so he's all charged up. Obviously he's got some what do you call them, screws in there for the battery. It's not as noticeable as the first figure, thankfully, because the colors kind of blend, and that's pretty good. His legs continue the trend of the really cool blood. It's actually very well done, unlike the first figure, and it's actually even better than the Necromorph. Then you got just more of the same. He's got boots. The boots are probably the best looking, blood-wise. Very cool. Although I do have one complaint about the figure so far, and that is this pad right here just keeps falling off. Just like the first figure, and just like in the game, his hand has the little locator thing, which is pretty cool. I think it would have been cool if they had given him an accessory just to have the like a thing beaming down, just to kind of simulate the the hand thing. Isaac's one and only accessory is his plasma cutter. This is the first plasma cutter I've had in the figures, since the first Dead Space figure I got was the bloody one, and that came with the what do you call it? The saw thing. I forget what it's called. The Ripper. It's called the Ripper. I just remembered that. So this is the Dead Space 2 plasma cutter. There is a difference between the first and the second game, and that is the size. Dead Space 2, they made it a lot smaller than in the first game. But if you had a save from the first game, you could bring the original plasma cutter in, and I thought that was pretty cool. The plasma cutter is actually a lot more detailed than the plasma cutter that came with the collector's edition, which is pretty funny. Since I didn't have the first figure, the first plasma cutter, I don't know if it did this, but this version has the ability to use the alt fire and have him, do it vertically instead of horizontal, and I think that's pretty cool. You could see the detail in there. Very cool. I have to say, I actually do like the smaller size a little bit better. I think it just works a lot better. Alright, so now it is time to talk about the action feature, which is the LED lights. If you remember on the first figure, the lights didn't work so well. As an example, I'm just going to turn the lights off and show what the first one was like. Alright. It lit up about the top half of the mask and pretty much all of the health bar. So let's see if this figure can do better. Alright, the lights are already better on the mask because it fills up the entire thing now. I'll show you a little bit better in the light, but for now. And the back is also better as well. I mean, you could see through there, but that's a very minor thing. Let's hope the camera could pick it up better, because you can, in fact, the figure can have the entire mask filled up instead of just sections like the first one. And then the back. The back looks fantastic, probably better than the front. That just looks really cool, and I would have liked it if they could do the stasis, if that could have lit up too, but this is just good enough as it is. Even though the light's not really blue, it's green, but whatever. Alright, so now, articulation. The head moves all the way around. The arms can go all the way back, no problem. And it works very, very fluidly. This can bend up here. I mean, not bend, but rotate, but it doesn't seem to want to. This can go. This can bend. This can rotate. Same thing for this arm and the hand as well. He has something that I don't usually like on figures, and that's waist articulation. I'm not a fan. Just like the first one, the legs can move out like this, although I don't know why. They can rotate like that, and they also bend, but they don't seem to want to. And then the feet also move on their own, which is pretty cool. So pretty much this figure blows the first one out of the water in every conceivable way. The articulation is much better, the sculpt is much better, just the blood's much better, the light-up feature's much better. Although despite all that, I do still like the first figure better, because I like the suit better. I'm just not a fan of the advanced suit, because I think it looks too anime-ish, it's too bright, and I think he looks more like a Power Ranger than Isaac Clarke should. So here is the two figures side by side. They're pretty much in the same scale, so that works very well. But like I said, this one is the superior figure, but I still like this one much better. And Advanced Suit Isaac is definitely a must-buy, unlike the Necromorph.